Greetings, Commanders. This is Commander Atmosran, and today, at the beginning of the video, we're going to find the two other valuable ships that are derelict, that are just drifting there, waiting to get picked up. So we'll start off with that. Since I took up almost an hour finding one ship, well, I knew where it was, but showing you what could happen accidentally if you find that ship and aren't careful. So instead of going the whole route today, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you when I first enter the system, and then cut to when I get to the ship, show you the map of exactly where it is, where I find it, and then bring it back. So we'll spend a lot less time actually flying there and flying around, and I'll just kind of show you the locations using the map. So the next ship we're going to go for is a mining ship, since I've been talking about mining. Is the drill, and it is in the void. Now, where's the void? Because we don't have the void here yet. Well, the void is just west of second contact. So we're going to go to second contact, then we're going to jump to the void, and then we'll go to where that ship is. And where that ship is actually in a very similar spot to where the destroyer was that I found on the last episode, except it's in a different system. It's in the void, but it's also in an upper left side of the map, a little bit beyond the very edge of the hexagon. So with that in mind, I'll bring you back when I'm near that, well, when I first jump into the void. So, and then you'll see where the void is relative to everything else. And I'm still flying there, but I just remember I should probably mention the second part of the video that we're going to spend more time on than just getting these two ships is I'm going to start building a station and show you guys what's involved in doing that. And stations are your way to getting rich enough to be able to buy any ships you want in this game. Doing missions is fun. It's great. It gives you a little bit of money, but it doesn't pay the same way that having your own station making regular money the entire time the game is running. That's how you actually get to that point where you can buy anything you want and not really worry about it. And the
entering system, true sight.
And the stations, there are actually contracts to build stations, so missions can be quite lucrative to build stations for the NPCs as well. So anyway, I'll be back when I'm in the void. Okay, and I just entered the void here, so let me pull up a map. You can see where the void is relative to everything else. This, believe it or not, is actually the quickest way to get to the void, is out of second contact, even though it's a long way from second contact. It's a big jump, and there are actually some other systems that are sort of south of the void. But going from the highway, which is, you remember, let me turn these off so there's less stuff on the screen. So the highway is this ring around sort of the main system. So any systems that are on the highway are very easily accessible. You're going to be able to do things much faster because the speed on the highway is between 10 and 13,000 meters per second, whereas your normal flying speed of most ships is going to be significantly below that. A few of the really fast ships can get up to those speeds, but most ships can't be anywhere near them. So technically, the void right here is still only one jump off of the ring. So it's not a bad place to build. In fact, one of my playthroughs, I built a fairly large station in the void. And there's another location that is north of the void that we're not going to go into right now. But it's another location that is quite a good place to build a station because it's got some great resources. The void itself has good resources. Might as well show you that right off the go here as well. Remember, if you click on any system and you have I selected here, it will tell you what that system has. Like second contact, crappy sunlight, okay hydrogen, very good ice if you want to do ice. No real Nvidium to speak of, mediocre ore, and even worse silicon. Whereas we go to the void, you can see the silicon is insanely good, the ore is insanely good, And the methane is really good. And the light is 164%, which is not as good as some places. Like down in Holy Vision, we've got 208% sunlight. But 164 is still much better than the 59% that we have over here. So looking at where you, or like, look how bad True Sight is. All it has is 71 sunlight and nothing else to farm at all. So anyway, but we're not here for building stations or mining. We're here to snag a ship. And to do that, the first thing I'm going to need to do, let's zoom in here. And let's actually, we're going to dock at this Argon station. So I'm going to do guidance that. And the reason I'm going to dock, and it doesn't matter, I mean, you could dock at any station. I guess technically, yeah, let's not dock there. We'll dock at one of these stations over here. Really doesn't matter which one. The reason I'm docking is I just want to get into a fighter. Because right now I'm in a medium-sized ship, and I want to get into a... or maybe we'll go over there. Yeah, watch out for these yellow rocks, by the way. They explode. So this is one of the dangerous effects of the void, is that it's... Oh, right now we're losing shields because of the electric storm. So it is a much more dangerous place
Engine stopped.
to be.
Engine stopped.
Let's just go ahead and park over here than some of the other systems out there. So let me
Engine
stop and park. And then we'll get into the
Docking granted.
smaller ship. So let me switch ships. I'll be right back. Okay, we are flying right now towards that mining ship, the drill. And you can see where we're going. So I'm in the middle right now, heading towards the, I guess you would say, the northwest. I'm gonna go and take manual control because of all the asteroids here. Tends to
Autopilot disengaged.
go much slower because the autopilot tends to slow down a lot during asteroids. And it should be just a little bit beyond the edge of the map. I'm going to use the same method I used last time, which is pressing the targeting button about once per second. So I would say spamming the targeting button, but it's not quite spamming. It's probably doing it about once per second or so. See where we are. We're right about at the edge. Yep, right there. And if I go too far, I'll actually stop and then try and do a ping to see if I can find it that way. But targeting should be able to find it.
Mineral,
and there it is. But didn't even need to do that. So it's in this cloud, so I have to be very careful to kind of avoid getting too close to those green
travel mode activated.
asteroids. They blow up quite intensely if you get too close to them or if you shoot them. In fact, maybe I should do that just to show you guys. First thing I'm going to do is do a save in case the explosion is a little too big. I think we're safe at a decent distance here. It's not going to blow us up. But if you get too close,
game saved.
there is always that possibility. Because let's see which one's the closest. Probably that one. So if we target it.
Danger. Hazardous region detected.
Okay. Let's see. Is that hitting that yet? Not yet. We're definitely... Oh, oh, holy cow. Yeah, I'm leaving here. You can see we've lost all our shields, and now we're losing... We're actually losing our hull. Yeah. They're okay.
Stopped.
So even without any explosions, you can see that the environment that is created there is corrosive. So it's not just toxic, it's actually corrosive. Now, Where's that ship? There it is. Okay, so it is just on the very edge of this toxic cloud, or this corrosive cloud, so hopefully we can get to it without losing more of our shields or hull here. Now, the bigger the ship you have, the less you have to worry about the corrosiveness, because bigger ships have much faster shield regeneration. So you'll be able to get right in there and your shields will take damage, but they'll also go back up just as fast as they're taking damage. So, all right, we're getting close. Not getting any corrosion. Perfect.
Engine stopped.
Now it's just a question of finding the where the little signal is that we need to. Is it on top? Okay, looks like the bottom of it, right? Or is this the top? I can't tell if this is the top or bottom. Let's flip. Okay, that was the top. No, this is the top. Or is no? This is the this is the bottom. Where is the...
Scan mode
Go into
activated.
scan mode and find where we have to scan it. Get into it.
Docking is not possible.
Yeah, I know it's not possible. I'm just trying to find the... where is that? And I could just get out and start floating around too. It's got to be like right here, right? On the other side, maybe? Got to be somewhere here. Okay. I'm just going to get out and float around in a... Oh, wait. I didn't realize this. You see it right in the middle there? The monitor is telling us kind of where it is. Should be maybe right here. Maybe right here. Somewhere around here. Alright. Either on top or the bottom. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's right there. Found it. Yep. But we have to still get out to be able to
Chimera.
use teleporter, use spacesuit to be able to actually grab the ship. Alright. So it's right there. Going
Scan
to
mode
scan mode.
activated. Engine
Stop.
stopped.
And a little closer. Got it. And now you just hit
Docking granted.
docking. And now you're in it. And now this is our ship. I believe this one on the
Drill,
left is
mineral,
the command
Vanguard.
one. So this is a drill Vanguard. You can see what the ship looks like. There it is. Now, when we looked at different mining ships, this was not one that had great specs. And so we're actually going to sell this thing. We're not going to keep it. But theoretically, if you liked this ship, you could certainly keep it and then use it rather than selling it and getting cash money out of it. So I'm going to back to the map view. I'm going to tell our ship to just follow me. I'm going to do a follow until next order. I'm going to get rid of any other orders that we might have had. So now it's just going to follow me. And now I'm going to fly. I think we'll start right here. So we'll fly over here. We'll do guidance to that. I will get rid of any components that we can, and then we'll check prices to see where's going to be the best place to sell it.
Autopilot.
My bet,
Engaged.
and I've just put on autopilot. My bet is that more than likely, there we go. This ship is going to be best sold in the exact same place we sold the last one, which is up north in Zyre territory. So if I go to map again here, so right over here. So more than likely, Zyarth right there is where we're going to end up selling it. But we don't really care how far away that is. We just need to get to the closest station that will allow us to clean out all the components. So we'll take off the lasers, the mining lasers, the shields, all that good stuff. We will sell separately a lot closer to where the ship currently is. And if I look behind me, hopefully my other ship is following me. And this is also another reason why, well, I don't actually see it, but, oh, it might be ahead. It is on the mini-map. Let's zoom in here again. Is it following? Yeah, it is following. It's just following really slowly. This is another reason why you always want to make sure you have a captain or a pilot in the ship, is because that way your ships can either follow you or fly somewhere else by themselves without having to have you in there. Now, it is taking damage, though. I can see, look at that. It is taking some shield now. I think that's just shield, not the body of the ship. Well, maybe, no, that's not the shield. Okay, so it's not taking damage. The shields are full, so that's good. So the shields are full, but it's lost some armor, and that was when I was flying it, so that's fine. I don't know why it keeps stopping, though. Oh, it's asteroids, that's why. Because it's flying on the very edge of the asteroid field, so it is constantly slowing down whenever it gets close to an asteroid. And you can see this ship is doing the same thing. This is why I generally don't like having autopilot in areas with asteroids. It's because this kind of stuff happens. You accelerate, you slow down. You accelerate, you slow down. Usually, if there's a lot of asteroids, which there are certainly in this system, there's tons of them, then I will usually just fly it manually. Now, what the autopilot seems to have figured out on this ship is that it's going to fly over the asteroid field. So the ship is actually flying above the plane. Yeah, you can see that. So this is the plane right in the middle of the system, and we are flying higher than that, so we're above all the asteroids, which is very cool indeed. So we'll let that autopilot fly us back here off camera. I'll go ahead and strip all the components just like I did on the previous ship, and then figure out what the best price is, and then I'll bring you back once I actually sell it to show you how much money we get. And then we'll go after the second ship, and after we finish the second ship, then we'll work on building a station. Okay, and as I said, I'll bring you back. So we've got 924,000, so let's say about $1 million worth of parts off this ship. Okay, and I've checked the prices, and the best price we can get for the ship with everything that can be sold is 253,000, so not very much at all. The total money back on this ship is $1.25 million, which is still more than you'd get for the some of the smaller fighters that are out there. Which is also why I mentioned that I typically will only get 3 of these ships rather than all of the derelict ships, because really only 3 of them have enough value to bother getting it. So we'll go ahead and sell that. And like I said, total on that ship, on the mining ship, was about $1.25 million that we got back. But remember, we can buy a mining ship for about $1 million. That's actually better than this one. Okay, and the next ship we're going to get is in a system called Company Regard, which we don't have on the map yet either, so we're going to have to go there and then put it on the map. It's going to be in the southeast side from the ring, or maybe just straight east of the ring. We're going to go to Trinity Sanctum and then find the jump points from there to get to it. It's actually 3 jumps out is where we're going to go. So I'll be back once you can see the system on the map, and then once again we'll come back when I'm in near the ship, and so you can see exactly where it is. This one, unlike the previous 2, is not going to be north-northwest. This one's actually going to be south-southwest, so still west from the center of the hexagon, but instead of the north side, it's on the south side now. So you will, and it's all the way down south, so at the very edge of southwest of the hexagon. So I'll bring you back as soon as I'm there. Okay, and we're back. So Company Regard is where the ship is, and where we're going to go is about right, let's say right about here. So we're up top, we're going to go down to this area. It might be further even south than that. But how do you get to Company Regard? Let me zoom out. So you have to go through Kiwa's Twin 2, which you get to through Kiwa's Twin 1, and you get to the Kiwa's Twin 1 by leaving Trinity Sanctum. So basically, take the other highway up to the exit out of Trinity Sanctum into Kiwa's Twin. Take that all the way across, and then there's a highway there, and then to the exit at the bottom of the highway. That will zoop you around up here. There's no highway in Kiwa's Twin 2, but you just have to fly all the way across. And then from there, you will end up right here. And then you'll fly to the highway and take the highway all the way down, and then fly kind of slightly south and quite a bit west. So that's what we are about to do. Actually, you know what? Again, to save time, I'm going to make a cut here, and then I will be back once I'm in the range of the ship, and then I'll show you the map. Oh, right. Using the exact same method as the last two ships, I found this one by hitting the target button about once a second while flying in this direction. Let me show you the map. So I'm right there, and the ship is right there. Get rid of that. So remember, the location of all of these is going to change. I think this is the cops trying to chase me down. Let me get to the ship quickly. But you can see on the map. Oh, cannot see on the map. Let's try that again. You can see on the map, you go straight down, and then you fly west with just a little bit south. The edge of the screen was actually higher than it is right now. So as you fly towards the very edge, the edge starts to move. But I think this gives you a pretty good idea, generally speaking, kind of where it is. So you're going to go right up to the very edge on the west side and then slightly down. All right, let's pick this guy up. And I can actually land on top of him, but only after I claim the ship. And incidentally, this is not a horrible ship, so this is one that you may want to actually keep, because I typically will buy some of these later in the game. The notable characteristic is it's got really heavy shields for a medium-sized ship. In fact, I think it's the heaviest shields of any medium ship. And it's got room for more drones than any other frigate. So it does have some positives. The negative is it's not super fast or maneuverable, and frankly the placement of these turrets is not ideal. You can see that you've got one on the left, one on the right, and then two on top. But if you have a ship landed here, you can see that you're blocking the path of one of the turrets completely. So that's not good. But let me go ahead and claim it, and then I'll park the ship over here.
Chimera.
So I'm trying to remember where
You found something out here.
Yeah, you found something. I found something. You're just next to it.
Docking is not
Unfortunately,
possible.
you can't just land and walk through that door. You actually have to find where the little
Scan mode
go into
activated.
scan mode. There it is. It's on the bottom. All right. I couldn't remember if it's on the top or the bottom. Indeed, it is on the bottom.
Docking is
So
not
scan
possible.
that.
Docking
Go ahead and hit dock. Get in there. Whoa.
Osprey, Vanguard.
How's there a dude in there? Well, that's weird. I've never had this happen where you show up to a ship and somebody's already inside. That is bizarre, to say the least. So what we're gonna do is take my mirror, dock it on there, so that'll land on top. We can see that happening, and then you can see this is the path that we took to get here. There's the Chimera landed. All right, good. Make a little spin around, make sure that there's nobody, no bad guys around here. It does look like it's got all 4 turrets, got both guns, so this could be a ship in decent shape. So we'll go ahead and actually again use the map and setting the path route out of here. Let's see, the closest place that we can swap things out is going to be right here. So we're going to we're going to do a start guidance there because I'm flying the ship, and then put it on autopilot.
Engaged.
Oh, this is interesting. Actually, let me take it off autopilot. Let me
Disengage.
fly by this gate.
Travel mode deactivated.
So that gate will also give you a reference to where the ship was.
Travel mode activated.
There we go. So let's zoom in here. So I just wanted to fly so you could see where this gate is. All right, so now we can go ahead and do a
Engaged.
autopilot. So basically, if you fly to the very bottom of the miniature highway here, the ship is below this gate and a little bit further west. That's another way to get there. I flew kind of directly, diagonally southwest, but you could also just get to the end, fly to where you can see the gate, and then go south from the gate, and it's just a little bit west. And you know, well, you saw how much south from the gate. Not that hard to find. So there it is. This is the 3rd ship. We'll go ahead and sell this one, get everything stripped. I'll bring you back when you can see the dollar amounts. Again, you don't need to just see autopilot flying. Okay, and I've just got all the stuff stripped off the Osprey Vanguard here, and that came out to almost 2.3 million. All right, and then we'll sell the bear ship as well. So I'll be back when I do that. Hit confirm on this one. Okay, and we're back, and the highest price that I found was 1.2 million. So 1.2 plus the 2.3 that we had, so that's 3.5 million for it. So there you go. Now the rest of the ships that are derelict out there are worth significantly less than this. So if you want, you can certainly find the rest of them. There are posts on Reddit. There are certainly posts on Steam. There's some videos of other people finding them, but I just find that it's not worth the bother. So now that we've done that, let's focus on building our first profit generating station. And last time I think I picked out the location here in Holy Vision. I grabbed the spot for it. I don't have a manager there yet. This is Editing Atlas breaking in here. So originally I recorded finding the last 2 ships and building your first station as a single video. But I didn't realize that the total length would be fairly substantial. So in as much as I don't mind putting out hour-long video, as long as there is enough information to discuss about a single topic, in this case, I do feel like we really have 2 separate videos with 2 separate topics. So you are now watching the beginning of what will be the next video to come out, which is on building your first station. I'll catch you on the next one.